when everything seems to be going against you, remember, the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So what are we looking at today? It's like no real movement. I mean, yesterday we had, it looked like it was getting, a little green and kind of go back to where we were. Hopefully, we all kind of had our fingers crossed that it was just a quick little dip in the market. Didn't really pan out too much. We ended up seeing a little red as the day progressed. And it looks like today we're back to seeing a little bit of green. So no real movement in the market. Got a little bit of, FUD going on, people freaking out. They're not sure what's going on. The green-eyed monster of greed has a lot of people going. They're all still focused on the fact that we had a $20,000 Bitcoin. I mean, if you bought at $20,000, I mean, you were taking a big gamble. You didn't necessarily look into what was going on in the cryptocurrency market and the price of Bitcoin. You had just seen the price was escalating out of control and you wanted to jump on. So, you FOMO'd out, right? And it happens to the best of us. We all have to take our hits when we take our hits. And, learn that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are a tool to be utilized to help us achieve better financial status than what we, get from the banks, right? So today we're looking at a Saturday episode. I like to get out here, try to hang out online for about 30 minutes if I can. Depends on how many people we get going in the chat and all of that good stuff. So it's an ask me anything, ask me your questions. I'll see what I can do. In between, I'll just ramble on with some filler if I can to, run out the clock if we need to. As always, I got all kinds of, tools and stuff and get you going on faucets, understand the cryptocurrency market. Those are all listed down below. It's my personal set of tools. I try to, post them out there for you guys to use them to your own benefit as well. Help you guys figure out what's going on, because nothing's going to beat a cryptocurrency education when you get in here and you start trying to figure out this new market. So what do we got going on, Samantha? Is there even anybody checking me out today, watching Bitcoin and Coffee this morning, enjoying their daily morning cup of joe with me?
We have JT Irby. He says, good morning, Eugene.
Hey, JT. Thanks for joining me this morning.
And we also have Cornelius. He says he's convinced that you ate them chickens. We did not eat the chickens. They're all here. No, I did not eat the
chickens, Cornelius. Actually, I don't eat any birds. I love birds like a lot. And I think I have 50, 60 birds going around here, and the number's always growing. It's my hobby. But the other one, besides all this cryptocurrency market stuff, it's kind of one of the reasons I moved out here in the middle of nowhere, so I could take advantage of all this land. So, coffee's good. I need it. All right. So what do we got going on? Well, I wanted to let you guys know that I seen, I hopped down to Coinbase, it pops up when my browser pops up always. I got it set as one of my home pages. It looks like 5:29. They're going to be down from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific time? Yeah, Pacific time. They're saying for maintenance, so be aware of that. I hope this isn't some sort of, tinfoil hat stuff, that there's going to be some manipulation going on so nobody can go ahead and get a hold of their account. But, just a heads up that it will be down for an hour, because cryptocurrencies run 24/7, so being down for an hour can be a big deal. I also seen that Tron is going to be trying to buy uTorrent. I don't know what this one is. It looks kind of like a situation that, they've had a lot of money invested in it. A lot of people are kind of skeptical about the situation of what's happening with Tron. I mean, it could be a big money maker, or this could be a way to actually get a hold of something that is worth money. A lot of people use uTorrent. It's a great tool out there. If you don't know what it is, you should probably check into Pirate Bay and uTorrent and see if you can't utilize those features to help yourself in entertainment purposes. I also got a little bit of news on a 51% attack on Ethereum, and that they could potentially receive $1 billion for the cost of $55 million worth of computing power. I had brought this topic up before, and I guess I'm going to continue to keep bringing it up, that there's a reason that I'm a borderline Bitcoin maximalist. That the Bitcoin network is the most secure. You're not going to hack it. If you had 51% of the power, you'd go ahead and you'd mine, because you'd make a lot more money than what you'd get with a 51% attack. And the ideal of even getting that much is like uncomprehendable with the amount of ASICs and computing chips. And now, I mean, we seen yesterday that we had more companies jumping in here. What was it? It was GMO with the 7 nanometer chip for Bitcoin mining. And we heard a couple weeks ago that Samsung was jumping in on this. I mean, Bitcoin mining is going to be a bigger deal than what it already is, making the network even more secure. All right, so we got anything going on with the chat?
We have Tomcat saying, "How are you, sir?"
Hey, buddy. Thanks for joining me today. As always, you know, I just want to get out here and promote the free help desk service pretty much. I know that I'm just, you know, going over the same news topics that everybody could get a hold of just by a quick Google search of the word Bitcoin news. You know, it's the quick recap that I'm giving you, so you don't have to bother to read the articles. I know a lot of people are pressed for time, and I mean, sometimes it takes me a couple hours to go through all of these articles and understand it. You know, it's the free help desk service. That is my main feature out here, because when people first get into cryptocurrency, there's a million questions, right? And you start trying to ask people, and you see cryptocurrency consultants. Then next thing you know, they're asking for your Bitcoin, and you're trying to give 0.01 Bitcoin away or 0.1 Bitcoin away, you know, to, you know, get some help to figure out this stuff. You know, the last thing you want to do when you first get into cryptocurrency is be giving it away, because more than likely you're giving it away to the wrong person and you're going to get suckered into some sort of a scam. My help desk service is absolutely free. Shoot me them emails. Let me know what you got going on. Ask me them questions. I will try to help you as best I can. If I can't, I will see if I can't find somebody else that can help you. You know, I'm kind of tapped in around here. Been hanging out for 2 years, doing what I can do, moving and shaking in the Bitcoin space. And I mean, it's done some good things for my life. And it's taught me a lot about finances, where before, you know, I was just a dumb kid going to work trying to make $1 and, you know, blowing any extra dollars I had on the weekend to try to, you know, live it up, enjoy my life, get everyone else to look at me and think that I'm a great person and have more money than what I really do. And that's not going to get you anywhere at the end of the day. So we got something going on in the chat.
Cornelius is asking views on EOS. And then JT was asking if the EOS bug was fixed.
I had heard about the EOS bug. Okay. As always, you know, there's teams working on it. I heard that there was a quick patch put on it. We're going to be seeing situations like this. You know, EOS, when it rolls out, it's going to be, I got the feeling it's going to be a lot like Ethereum was. You know, not everybody was here back when Ethereum rolled out. There was a lot of bugs in the beginning too. You know, the team was throwing quick patches on it as fast as they can. And now, like, my personal sentiment about the situation is I am not super diverse into the ins and outs of EOS. I'm still working on trying to get my mind around the whole situation. But it seems like lately a lot of people are willing to just grab the technology and run headfirst with it, and, you know, throw fixes on it as they move along, because they feel like, you know, that's the way to get this done, not necessarily the way that things were done in the beginning with Bitcoin and everyone tried to provide the security. It seems like they want to just grab the technology and try to move forward through it as fast as they can, and as the problems arise, you know, fix it and do what they can. But I mean, we've seen that with Ethereum, that it's led to, you know, lots of hacks, situations of those, you know, the multi-signature wallets getting locked up, the whole DAO situation and the creation of Ethereum Classic because of the diversion in the community. I think EOS is going to be the same thing. I think even if the technology is not great, people are going to be continuing to push this along forward. I mean, it probably is a good money-making opportunity, at least first out the door here. But I mean, long-term, it's going to be suffering the same exact problems that people bring up against Ethereum, and whether or not it can last long-term in comparison to Bitcoin. And everyone falls on two different sides out of that divide. You know, personally, I fall on the side that Bitcoin's been here and time tested. I mean, I do believe there'll be times and places for other tokens and coins. You know, it's just, I want to keep my money in Bitcoin if I'm gonna. I hope that answered your question. I know that was quite the ramble there.
All right, we have Jerry saying good day all the way from South Africa, Cape Town. And then
nice.
I know. And then Scott Gable, the middle of nowhere is a great place for independent thinkers.
It is. You know, because like before this, I lived near a downtown area, and it just seemed like, you know, I'd sit at my house. I'm sure if you guys watched some of my old show, you'd see my neighbors out there cutting their grass, and the isolation, it does give you a little bit more space to just be able to, you know, I can just sit out here with a cup of coffee and, you know, enjoy myself and stare off in the woods and think about cryptocurrency and the future and what I think it can do and how I should be investing myself in this market. And it's constantly growing. And all I need to do is position myself in the right places with just a few dollars now, and it'll completely revolutionize my life in the future and how I'm able to conduct, you know, my family's days of in and out by having more cars and money and the rent paid and insurances and stuff like that, where now it's a struggle to pay those things, of course.
Silent Lamb is here. He says, yo, bro. And
hey,
that ES
It
is
seems like we're
okay.
getting a few people this morning. Thanks for joining me. I knew if I kept it up, I'd get some people here. You know, as always, I'm just a regular guy out here trying to promote my free help desk service, because if I can do what I can do for Bitcoin, then I'm going to provide services for it because I believe in it. And I'm not the type of person to sit around and do absolutely nothing. If I'm passionate about something, I'm going to get involved. So I've been out here, I've been getting involved. This YouTube channel's been up for over a year. I mean, I got over 350 videos now. Yes, my views have changed slightly as time has gone on. You can go ahead and I've never taken down a video. You can see why my views
those
have
are
changed.
funny.
I know this channel started off horrible. I was a shy person. I'm usually shy. Gotten a lot more comfortable over the year talking to you guys with the camera. Now you guys are just like a close friend, somebody I can converse with about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. I mean, it's amazing, right? I mean, that's why I'm out here saying so much about it, because it's done so much for me that I got to give back. I got to participate. So anything else going on in the chat, or just everybody having a good cup of coffee with me hanging out today? Enjoying today is nice here in Florida. I mean, we had a rainy week. They're saying it might be rainy over this holiday weekend, but, I'm enjoying it when I can enjoy it.
Silent says house party. And then Cornelius says he's talking about Litecoin. And then he asks, who's the lady?
This is my wife, Samantha. She's shy. She's not going to be coming on camera, but she has said that she will participate and help read the comments from the chat to make it a little easier on me.
He's been trying to make me do this forever. So,
I mean, you see everybody else participating as couples and family and stuff like that, and it brings a little more to the show. So, I've been trying to help motivate her. I also have a 16-year-old son. I've been trying to motivate the hell out of to get on here and help me out too, because he's been here the whole time. So he's been listening to cryptocurrency for 2+ years. He knows what's going on with it. He's tired of listening to Adam Meister. So, I would love to have him come on here and have a conversation with me about why he, what he thinks about cryptocurrency, what he thinks about the future, because, he's 16. His opinions are not the same as my opinions for sure.
No, the most he has is a Steemit.
Yes, he does have a Steemit account. I've been trying to get him. He wants to be a photographer, so I'm constantly trying to get him to upload his photo. And I can tell him that because he wants to get a job and all these other things. And it's like, hey, get on Steemit, start posting your photos. Yes, it's not much money now, but you can see from what I've been posting on Steemit that it does add up to some money. It does work out. Sometimes the whales do come by and, help you out a bit and stuff like that. So, why not? You're taking the photos anyways and loading them up to your Instagram and everything else. Why not use a social media platform that'll actually maybe give you something? Because I'd rather take the roll of the dice than give it away for free, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm not super big on social media. I find those things kind of scary with all the facial recognition and everything that happens. I like, when I got on Facebook and everybody from like high school and stuff started messaging me, I was like, whoa, this is a little too much. I got to kind of downplay this and get off and go incognito. All right, so let me see. Let's continue along. What are some other thoughts I've been having about cryptocurrency? I had come up with the analogy that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are like a Swiss Army knife, and that the Swiss Army knife is Bitcoin, and that all of the little tools inside are the different cryptocurrencies. And, the one with the little swirly thing, well, it looks crazy and you may not use it, but hey, if you got a bottle of wine, that is the right tool to help you get in there. So we got anything going on with the chat?
See, Scott Gable says it's your genuine nature that keeps us tuned in.
Thanks, buddy. I mean, I don't know. I've heard, I hear comments and I hear nice things and I hear bad things too, of course. And I try to take the bad things as a grain of salt. But yeah, I keep hearing that, the fact that I'm out here and I'm an honest guy and the salt of the earth and all these other things that, is what makes us great. I mean, yeah, I'm a regular guy. I got my wife, I got my kids, I got my hobbies. I just try to go out there and work. I've worked tons of jobs in different factories and plants and construction. I mean, now because of cryptocurrency, it's freed me up a little bit, but I still go out there and work. I still got calluses on my hands and everything. I just try to work for myself independently. I got my own small little company. I do all kinds of side projects, more of a handyman service. Cause I've been a mobile mechanic and an RV tech. And I could repair just about anything in a house, from pouring concrete to laying tile to framing it up to doing the electrical. So, it seemed like the good way to go. You know, I just post a few ads here and there, take jobs on the side when I can, try to do a little trading. Slowly, I got burned time in cryptocurrency because of the big hype up last year. But, you know, that's the benefits to getting in early. You know, a lot of right now, everyone's saying, oh, Bitcoin's down, bear market. You know, you can't predict the top. You can't predict the bottom. Did I know that Bitcoin was going to go to $20,000? No. When I seen it heading up to 5, I was like, whoa, you know, because I came in at $700. So, you know, you got to buy the dips. You got to look for it to go up. You got to take profit, you know, when you can take profit. And it's just, I mean, I keep a small bit completely put away that'll never be spent. But I mean, the rest, you know, you got to manage it. You know, it's a tool. It's not necessarily just, you know, it's not like gold. You don't buy it and stick it in a safe and then forget all about it and hope that it's going to do something for your kids. You know, you have to utilize your value that you have in cryptocurrency to do good things for you. All right. Do we got anybody in the chat asking questions, or is this just a ramble?
We have JT. He's asking if you're familiar with Substratum, which I've never heard of.
I'm not sure what that one is.
And then we have Renaissance Novice. In my opinion, the first big company to start paying people in crypto is going to be a huge benefit. They'll get the plus of deflation, and they'll get people into crypto. Oh yeah, so I tell him all the time he's a genius and thank him for his wealth and his going to be wealth. He said, I'm a lucky woman that Eugene's on it. Thank him now for your untold wealth.
Well, I mean, okay, when it comes right down to it, some of the things that, you know, Mad Bitcoin says from World Crypto Network are true. You know, if you work in the cryptocurrency market and you're getting paid in it, which I don't. I mean, I wish I could. I wish I could find more ways to get paid in cryptocurrency. I like the little bits I do receive. But you know, you got to spend it, you know, because you got those daily paychecks. So, you know, it's hard to, you can't always hold all the Bitcoin you want to hold. It is a long process to be able to get yourself there. It's, you know, my goal is I'm trying to think of what it's going to be to buy like 3 houses and in Bitcoin and to lock that away for sure over the course of 5 years. And it slowly gets harder to collect the last portion. So you need to collect a larger portion at the beginning because I want to, you know, I want a nice house for me. I want to, you know, do away with this one, do a nice one. I definitely want to make sure my son's taken care of and, you know, his family or whatever, hopefully that he goes out and gets. And then I take care of my father. And I have, you know, a lot of brothers and sisters. So I definitely would like to provide a house so that my father has always had an open door policy with all of us children, where if we need help that we can always come home. So providing him with a house in exchange for the time that he has helped me out and helped out my brothers and sisters would be a big plus in my book and something I would like to accomplish before, you know, the bucket list.
JT says that Substratum is a decentralized internet.
I've heard several different conversations and coins that are supposed to be for this decentralized internet. You know, as always, I'm just so hooked on Bitcoin that I want to see something actually out there working. And, you know, a lot of people, the next big one is that everyone tells me, you know, that Ethereum is out there working and this and that. Sort of, right? I mean, besides all the ICOs running on it, I mean, what is its real main purpose? Have we seen a super smart contract out there actually providing some true value to someone else besides the fact of being able to run an ICO on it? You know, it becomes a gray area, but yet the technology is still so early that we're supposed to be shooting for stuff that's far off down the road. But is the price, you know, overblown? And some of these other cryptocurrencies, I mean, we did see a massive correction, right? And we're still sitting here to correcting. I mean, we got Data Dash talking about a triple bottom coming in on the price of Bitcoin and whether or not that'll lead to a bull market. You know, so as always, Tone Bays is calling everything a scam and saying that Bitcoin is going to be dropping down real low, and that, you know, miners, people are saying that miners are profitable still at $2,000 on a Bitcoin. I mean, these are horrible thoughts. You know, nobody wants to hear this. It's like, oh, I bought the dip. No, you bought at a loss because it's going down further. We don't want this. I mean, but at the same time, you got to, you know, take the good with the bad. You got to have the long-term thinking. You got to, you know, be down the road with your thoughts, but living in the now. You know, got to pay your bills now and try to just save a little bit. It's a complicated situation to figure out how to use this tool to the best of your advantage. I mean, you know, I don't like to give out too much personal information, but I try to keep myself in a situation where I'm 3 months out on bills, so that as I'm making my money now, I'm putting it into Bitcoin with my fingers crossed that it goes up in 3 months, and I take my money out to pay my bills. Then hopefully if Bitcoin went up, I made some extra profit. right? So that's extra money that I can then utilize to either go back into savings, or I can go out and do things to help better everything around here for my family, or get some of these repairs that are never ending around here.
JT says that he thinks that it's something that you'd like, that it's more techy and the internet. And
I'll take a look at it. I love hearing from you guys, and you guys' suggestions and everything like that. And I try to look into everything as much as I can. I stay busy as much as possible, so sometimes it's hard for me to get around to these things, but yes, I will look into it.
Renaissance Novice asks,
hey Renaissance, thanks for joining me. He came over from Mines. You guys should go over and check out that platform. I mean, they're up and coming. I think I got 900 followers on there now. I know I got to do a little better with posting on there. They're in a beta version. They're giving out some testnet tokens, so it's not really paying, but it looks like it is. I know it was a lot better at first, because I know day one I signed up, I think they gave me like 8 tokens or something, and then I spent them all boosting myself, and it's been like 2 weeks trying to get back up to 7 tokens. I don't know what it means, but hey. And I signed up on Lit too. It's the Mithril mining, social mining. Yeah, I mean, as I walk around here in the morning and I do the rounds to feed and water the birds, I just take photographs. And then during the day, I take some photographs as I'm out here enjoying my cup of coffee. I think I'm up to like 3 mithril. I know that's nothing amazing. It's like $3. But a lot of people are posting to Instagram for absolutely nothing. So just like I'm telling my kid, I'd rather post it to a social media that's going to pay me something, because, hey, you never know. It's like free lotto tickets.
Okay, so he was asking, if you had to guess, what company do you think would be the first to use or accept Bitcoin? Like major company. You keep hearing, I don't know. You keep hearing all of the
I know,
Amazons
you keep
and
hearing about the Amazon and the PayPal and, all of these companies. I mean, the problem with merchant adoption is that merchants have such a small profit of margin that they have trouble dealing with the volatility that's in cryptocurrency. I mean, the volatility that's in cryptocurrency is the downfall for merchant adoption and mass adoption, because a lot of people, they think, oh, well, my dollar's $1, my dollar's $1 tomorrow, and it keeps their thinking consistent. So it's hard for people to switch and think in a different way, where I have $1 today. Oh, I got $1.25 today. Oh, wait, I got 85 cents. And learning that you can only spend money, and it's better to spend money at certain times when the price is up. It's going to take a while for some of this volatility to come out. That was the point in the futures. We're looking at potential ETF. I mean, I'm a little different than a lot of people. They say stuff like they want, $100,000 Bitcoin. I could technically be okay if Bitcoin slowly climbed. If we only looked at like a $10,000, $12,000 Bitcoin by the end of this year, I mean, I'm doing better than if I put my money in a bank. If we only got up to $20,000 by the end of next year, still better than a bank, right? Still utilizing the same exact features that are there right now. It's the green-eyed monster of green that has people like wanting this price to spiral out of control. But the problem is that we're going to correct, and then we get these corrections. That scares people off, because then someone's left holding the bag, and those people are out there screaming scam, 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 pyramid scheme, and all these horrible things that we keep hearing. It's just that we're early enough to know that we only to put in money that we're not afraid to lose, and little by little, dollar cost averaging, all those great things.
We have Cornelius asking, do you use XVG for Pornhub? And then Silent Lamb called him a tool. And okay, we have JT saying, cool.
I don't know. I mean, they lifetime membership, right? And if I would have been able to get some for free,
Yeah, you never know, right?
Right. It's just, I find it funny that sometimes I do find myself thinking a thought right before these events happen in the cryptocurrency space. And I really did. I was sitting here and I was telling Samantha, the way I go about it is I'd scam an ICO and have everybody deposit some Ether into my address. And then I would take that to be able to run an ICO with a fake website and everything. And as they invest these millions, I then, scam out on that and take that money to buy mining equipment, and then start at the bottom of the list and start 51% attacking the coins until I had, half the market cap value in the cryptocurrency space. Because, I mean, really, this stuff has just spun out of control a little bit, like last year with everything that happened and how fast Bitcoin grew. And that's kind of what's happening this year is, we're downsizing. We're trying to, cut off some of the fat here that's on the sides. We got anything in the chat?
Renaissance Novice says good point about the volatility. Silent Lamb said that you are in his Satoshi pack. If he blows up, you will too.
I mean, it's going somewhere. I mean, there's no doubt about it because of last year and us see the growth of it. I mean, yes, we're in a hard time right now. Yes, the price came down. Yes, everyone's unsure right now if we're going down to $5,000 or something crazy. But it proved itself. And we find ourselves that when Bitcoin does something, it keeps doing it and it keeps getting better at it. Just like once it's attacked, it gets defensive against it, and the defense mechanism gets stronger and stronger and stronger every time it happens. So, you know, the fact that we showed the world pretty much that Bitcoin is something and is currency and that people want it and that there's value behind it, it'll come back. And when it comes back, it'll come back even stronger. My personal opinion, right? No financial advice here. Definitely don't take financial advice from me.
Scott Gable says, not major retailers, obviously, but a lot of precious metal exchanges do accept BTC. So it's a start. Let's see.
I mean, Bitcoin adoption has been growing. I mean, we've seen a big uptick in it as the price was increasing. You know, people were trying to go ahead and take advantage of it as merchants. As the price coming down and, you know, the fees got real high, we watched a lot of people drop off from taking Bitcoin. As, you know, we've had the segregated witness adoption, big plus there. We're making some real gains there, which is nice in my book. You know, the prices come way down. The fees are real reasonable at the moment. I mean, what are they saying that you can do a Satoshi a byte pretty much if you don't need it like right this second? So that's really good. You could do these small transactions. I mean, there's no problem with me sending $5 to somebody. You know, I guess it's the micro transactions we don't have worked out, but everything's slow and steady, right? That's how we want it, to make sure there's good code so we don't run into the problems we had with Ethereum and some of these other things. Like, I mean, Bitcoin Gold, 51% attack, Verge, 51% attack, Monacoin, 51% attack, right? So Lightning Network's coming along. We'll get there. It's great. I mean, it's just giving me more time to collect this cryptocurrency and to understand how to use this tool even better for my life and my finances, because I'm hoping to master this by the time the rest of the world gets in it so that I can just, you know, stand on top, right? And I want you guys there with me. Start helping, you know, start getting into the community. If we promote Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies to everyone else, that's how it's going to happen. It's not going to happen from sitting on the couch, playing video games, eating potato chips, right? It's going to, you know, you have to learn how to cut corners on your finances and, you know, collect the cryptocurrency and always be educating yourself on it and not participating in the scams and have good moral character. All right. Do we got anything going on in the chat?
Silent Lamb asked how many different coins people own. He said he's pushing 60 plus. Renaissance said he technically owns 3. JT said he thought he had a lot, but now he said he thinks he has about 15 or so.
I mean, I know a lot of people get very diversified out there in the cryptocurrency market. I mean, to be honest, I have been pulling back to Bitcoin and Ethereum slowly, little by little, as this market's been going down, because I keep finding myself less interested in these cryptocurrencies that I was trading. But it's always like, I mean, a majority of what I have is in Bitcoin and a hardware wallet out here buried in the woods in a jar somewhere. Wink, wink. Not really, but I keep joking about it.
I don't know. You do have some rando ones, but probably like.
Yeah. So, all right, you guys. Well, has it been a half hour?
It has.
All right. So I was able to ramble on for a half hour. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. As always, come on over to Steam It. Apparently, they've stopped downvoting my post. Upvote my post. Comment down below. I'll be giving you a full upvote. All kinds of tools and links and affiliation codes down there below to help you out, help me out, help each other out in these cryptocurrency markets. As always, these numbers are slowly trickling upwards, and that is a plus. Please share this link out. Help get people into the community. We're avoiding the scams. The free help desk service is eugeneforest20@gmail.com. And you guys remember, keep your Bitcoin safe.